Hey Libra, this is your general tarot reading for Libra Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising Sign for the month of September. September already? Does that mean for some of you it's your birthday? I think it means that, yeah. So strike up the band, bring out the party balloons and that big oversized cake, because happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Libra who were born in September. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday September Libra babies. I hope this marks an absolutely wonderful time for you, a wonderful loving time for you, and I think that's exactly what it's going to be for all of you. It is a real moment this month where you could finally see your happy ever after ending happening for you. There is something that's happening for you this month, Libra, where your world is changing. Something is really, really changing in dynamics. And a lot of it, I feel, is to do with something that absolutely needs to come to an end. But not in a painful way, not in a sad way, but in a, it's time. It's just the right time now to say goodbye. If it's a love, maybe that has run its course, it's like, let's have one last dance and then goodbye. If it's a partnership, a friendship, business or anything like that, there's a real moment of, I'm not going to be stressed out about this anymore. I'm not going to be worried about any of this anymore. I really have to just let a natural healing happen. And it's the best thing just to maybe say goodbye, not have such high stress about a person or a situation, and not feel emotionally responsible either to certain people or situations, like not being able to say goodbye to something or somebody because you felt some emotional guilt or some emotional obligation in some way to be there for them, to care for them, to always forgive them, to always nurture them in some way. There's a feeling of, no, it's run its course now. This is the right time. This is where I unravel, where I kind of hook myself a little bit and just naturally let something come to an end so I can get my happy ever after ending. You know, that came out like that. So it's really beautiful. For some of you, you may have felt a lot of pressure or obligation, real personal obligation to a family member. You know, and this is a moment where some of that burden and obligation comes off your shoulders. You feel less like it's all your responsibility to care for them, worry about them, fear for them, protect them. There may be other people coming in this month that offer some healing support. Maybe if it's you as a maybe lone parent caring for children, September is a time where many of the children are going back to school. So you feel like the school is also giving you a bit of support. It's not just all on you, you know, but there are issues around family. For some of you, it could be that there were family members who needed extra care and attention for one reason or another, maybe through illness or some disability perhaps, and the burden had been on your shoulders. And again, this month, it feels like there is extra support coming in. It is not all down to you. The worry can't now be all on your shoulders anymore. Maybe other people need to step in and help. Other people need to care as much as you've cared, Libra. So that's happening for you. It's the energy of the 12th house, because as we enter the month, we have the Sun, we've Mercury, we've Venus, your beautiful ruler, and Mars, the energetic one who wants to make things happen, in this 12th house of clearing up the last of something, clearing up what just absolutely needs to clear up. As I said, a friendship that has run its course, a business partnership maybe that has run its course. It's like, this is the right time, and all the energy, the Sun, Mars, Venus and Mercury in there saying, we're going to push this out and clear this space right up for you, right up for you. And even for some of you, if you felt that your sleep has been suffering or your personal happiness has been suffering, this is where those big heavyweights are in there now, and they are saying, come on, rest, relax. We need to get you ready for your birthday season. This is Virgo season, the one who cleans things up, tidies things up, the one who gets everything organized so that the party can eventually begin. And that's what's happening. You're releasing the last year. and maybe all the pressures, responsibilities and stresses that have gone with that. And releasing the fears, as I said, maybe even around a home issue. It's just, the thing may still be there, but the difference is that you're not the only one that's losing sleep over it. You can let something go and be very comfortable and happy about it. So that's very strong. But then, of course, the energy all starts shifting from September 14th onwards. You've got Mercury and your ruler Venus just gliding happily into Libra, into the first house. The equinox, September 23rd, the sun then shines upon Libra, bringing all its illumination, all its sudden understanding of this is how it's supposed to be, suddenly being lit up, suddenly being re-inspired, suddenly feeling like I'm back in the game. This is my time again. Excuse me. September 28th, the beautiful and gentle new moon happening in Libra, where some of your finest dreams and wishes start to come true for you. A new start for you, a new expression of who you are, a new way to love, a new way to build your friendships, a new way to build relationships with family and everybody, a new way to handle business even, a new way to handle your money. It's just that you're now more on it, you're more creative, and there's a clarity, a much needed clarity, Libra. And I think that is the gift that's rolling in gently and beautifully at your feet for your birthday. For your birthday, we are going to clear out the debris, clear out all that emotional attachment to the things that you just no longer have a duty of care to anymore, and starting again to light it up and to follow your destiny, which is in the 10th house, to take care of your career, to stand up for yourself, to be seen, to be noticed, to being out in public in some way, and for people to celebrate you, to get your work going again, to get your career motivated again, moving in the right direction, maybe perhaps doing something entirely different that is more like you, Libra, more like you, more honest, more sincere, more creative, and always, of course, with that little extra bit of touch of beauty, imagination, and maybe even luxury involved there in your career. So it's really beautiful, and supporting all of this is a very strong full moon that's happening in Pisces around September 14th, where the changing of the guard happens. It's the full moon that comes to end everything just before everybody starts moving into Libra. So the Pisces full moon is giving you that last gift of saying, and release, and let it go. And Pisces is very imaginative, very into fantasy, very into glamour, very into allowing something shimmy out of your life in a very beautiful but maybe even poetic way. And there's a feeling of, this is poetic justice maybe in some cases for some of you. This is a beautiful ending to something that had been worrying you. This is, again, the happy ever after that you had been looking for ending coming through. So Pisces has been very gentle and caring for you this month. But there may be some things that get revealed under the Pisces new moon. And maybe some of those things are, this card really spells it out, the sacrifices that you have been making to take care of yourself won't go unnoticed. And maybe there's a real need that's going to be revealed to you around the time of the full moon, that you do have a duty of care to yourself. You need to take care of your health, your needs. It's a 6th house, kind of very Virgo style, maybe even your appearance, your beauty, which is something that you like to do, but to be meticulous about something also, to, it's like some small detail gets revealed to you, that it's almost like, now that I see that, I can move on. And in some cases, very extreme cases, maybe not for all of you, you might even see where there was a lot of unhealthy behavior in some situation, over clinginess between you and friends and family or other things, an unhealthy bond that may have even bordered on toxic. And the full moon might show that in a very gentle and loving manner and say, this might hurt a little bit, Libra, but you need to see this, And this is the last thing that just clears everything out before your birthday. So there is that one last goodbye. And like I said, I want to just let you know that if you do feel or see or witness or experience something that you hadn't seen before in some situation or a person that is overly unhealthy or toxic, then Virgo season and the full moon comes in with a big scissors to finally cut that cord. And it is the healthiest and most beautiful thing to do. So it's really, really nice. Now, Saturn, of course, is going direct this month, September 18th. Collective sigh of relief, yeah, where your duties and responsibilities are feeling overburdened, overpressured, the only one who's bearing it all on your shoulders, towards something very sensitive, something very emotional around home, around family. Again, the wheels start turning on that, and you feel that you're able to make better executive decisions. Decisions that sometimes are a little bit tough, a little bit, this is kind of going to be tough. We're going to have to ride this out a little bit, but it's got to be tough in order to put something better in place. We've got to do something now and move ahead. And I just keep feeling, make one last hard decision. It's going to hurt me, it's going to hurt you, but this is better for all of us. It's really the happiest and healthiest thing to do before I start bringing in all the good stuff around my birthday. And the good stuff with Mercury in there is fabulous new ideas coming to you in how to direct your life now again. Fresh new inspiration coming your way. Being able to solve puzzles that you just couldn't solve before. Coming out of the emotions and saying, let's see this in a more logical light. And you'll feel that everything starts moving because it's all a little bit less in the emotions and more in the, come on, I'm Libra, let's be more logical, let's be more creative, let's see this much clearer now and we'll get our shit done here, you know. And Venus going into Libra, Venus coming home, and she adores this, taking care of your beautiful self, going out and spending some coins maybe on your own appearance, getting your hair done, getting new clothes, getting something that makes you personally feel like, this is me, this is what you see, the things I'm wearing, the vibe I'm giving off, the look maybe that I've got going on right now, this is me, this is genuinely me, and this is me at my strongest. This is me feeling like I can convince people of things, feeling like if I've got new business ideas or career ideas or new any type of ideas, I can charm people again. I've got my lucky charm back. I've got my lucky charm going again, and everything will move because, again, I will be able to pour honey on lots of different things that makes my ideas, where I want to go, just glide that little bit easier. So it's really sweet. I love it, Libra. I really do. Energy coming back to you. Now, let's get some energy going into these cards. There was one thing I wanted to say too. This is early on in the month, you will be feeling quiet, the need to rest, relax, meditate, not be bothered by what everybody else is doing. It's like, I can't. This is my time. I just need to process what's going on here with me at the moment and come up in my private time with some good answers and things like that. So it's a kind of step back away from everybody and process everything. But I feel for some of you, there could be some sort of traveling or journey, maybe even a long journey, not like a short hop, but somewhere where it's like, I'm going on this journey, and when I'm there, I'm going to see something that interests me. Something's going to change for me as I make this journey. It could be a business trip, it could be a vacation, it could be just you going off and heading out somewhere and forgetting about the world, maybe for a day or a weekend, and just hanging out in nature. But there's a trip where you go to forget about it all. Just be creative, just flow a little bit. And the more you're just flowing, I feel something magical happens in that. It could be that the singles meet new love, or it could be that you come up with new feelings for your partner, maybe after a difficult period. Or it could come up with some just new magical solution to a problem that allows you and gives you the gift of understanding all the reasons why maybe you should say goodbye and cut the cord with some situation or person. So there is a journey that could be on offer here, and it's worth taking, because for one reason or another there seems to be magic in it, where you get some level of understanding and power back. So Libra, that's kind of the general, introductory messages. Let me get 4 cards for you here, as 4 cards actually just hopped out there. The Sun, and we do know that the Sun is going into Libra on the 23rd at the time of the equinox. And there, that's the last card. And we had 1 extra card, I'll take it actually. So Libra, let's go over to your birthday and pre-birthday cards. Ta-da! To the grand overview. So my love, we begin with love. We begin with love. Just a feeling of unconditional love. Just being brought to you first by the universe. That gorgeous 12th house feeling of, we love you, spirit loves you. You might be getting a lot of that too. Feeling reconnected to your psychicness, reconnected to your spirituality, reconnected to those who've gone on to the next part of their journey. And maybe feeling that you're getting vibes from them, messages from them, synchronicities, signs, symbols, hearing music that you recognize that this is a sign. This is definitely a sign. I'm feeling great spiritual love coming my way. But also for some of you, it's a reconnection with what love is. Letting go maybe some of the toxic connections you've had with certain people, getting rid of some people altogether, but certainly with people that you love, just saying, this has been a little bit unhealthy. We're going to remove the toxic connection and bring back a real loving experience between all of us here. But I also feel for some of you, both couples and singles, there is a real, it's like a rush of love. Your partner, for those of you in a relationship, rushing in and just, it's love. It's just pure love. And for the singles, the same thing. You could get some offer of love, somebody coming in, I feel even from the shadows, almost like somebody who's been a secret admirer. Somebody who you've kind of thought they like you, but you kind of didn't say anything. Maybe even for some of you, it's a secret love that has been blossoming kind of on the quiet, that's now coming out in the open, that's going to change your world. It's like love that comes out of the hidden places, the secret places, or the places that you weren't expecting, and it just rushes towards you. And I feel there's a great beauty to this love, a real sincerity about this. I don't know yet where it's coming from. It could be coming from the water signs, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But certainly there is love coming from a hidden place, or a place again you weren't expecting it to be just so full of love, which is really nice. But this changes your world. You're feeling very supported this month by love, and typically for you, Libra, love will always somehow change your world. That rush of love is the inspiration that you need. It's the confidence that you need. It's the fresh air that just comes in and supports everything, lifts you up a little bit and inspires you, guides you. But definitely a change. A change. Love is changing something for you. A lover could change where you live. A love could be drawing you away from where you live and saying, maybe come live with me or come live close to me. There's a love that wants you to change something up completely. It's because they love you that they are maybe also probably explaining to you why you need to change certain things. So that's a really beautiful vibe, Libra. It's somebody else's love that gives you the confidence to make a huge life change for the better. And that again is where you get your happy ever after ending. It's all inspired by love. And that feeling of being cared for and supported. Now, this is interesting. There's a feeling here of it being a bit difficult to make some sacrifice, to move on with something, to be taken a risk with something. And yeah, it does feel like that. I feel there's a bit of a struggle for you at the start of the month saying, how do I let go of this person? How do I just jump from one thing to another? How do I just go straight in, dive in, and just think of myself maybe in some ways? How do I feel confident enough to communicate to somebody that it's over? How do I feel confident to express news to somebody that I'm not willing to make a sacrifice for you anymore? The sacrifices that I want to make now are for me to start looking at new horizons, to start paying attention to what's in front of me and my destiny and my immediate family's destiny and the people I love. It's like I can't make these sacrifices for you anymore in that way. It's unhealthy. I'm only prepared now to make sacrifices for the healthier things in my life. Getting family and home organized in a healthy way, getting a healthier relationship going with family, and not suppressing your communication with what you need within family, within people that you love and care about, with people you feel that obligation about. Not kind of biting your tongue anymore, because that's no longer really a sacrifice that's needed this month. This month that all comes to an end. This is a month where you have to be brave to communicate something very clearly. I am communicating to you that I can't make this sacrifice anymore. We can work together, we can be friends together, we can be lovers together, we can be great together. But don't expect me to sacrifice so much for you and worry so much about you. Excuse me. And don't expect me to stay silent anymore. If I see something that's a little bit manipulative or toxic going on here, there are new rules coming into play here. And I have to be brave enough to make the first initial sacrifice, and that is to speak and say, this must come to an end, you know. So it's tough, I get it, Libra, but it's all worth it. It's all worth it. I know you don't like hurting other people's feelings. I know you kind of always try to strike a compromise or try not to let things get messy, not to fall out with people. But sometimes that can become the unhealthy thing. Sometimes you have to be blunt, clear and direct. And that in itself is very healthy. And you don't have a problem with that, Libra, usually. But in this case, for whatever emotional connection there is there, or feeling like you owe somebody, there is some sort of a hurdle, but you will get over it this month because you're being given new strength. Given new strength, fire, passion, motivation this month to strike it up and maybe go in a new direction that follows your passions, that follows your wanting to express your own creativity. Maybe it's like, I need to stop focusing on you because it's become unhealthy. I need to focus on my creativity. I need to focus on me stepping out there and being seen. I need to focus on my career. I need to focus on me being in charge of the direction of my own life for a change. That's what's being lit up. That's what's being struck up here. Yeah. I need strength to get over some of my fears and phobias with a lot of energy in the 12th house. Maybe some of you have a fear of letting somebody down, a fear of speaking up and saying something to somebody. You have a fear of not wanting to be that person who comes in and disrupts everything. But it's what's needed. This is a real opportune moment to get over some of those fears and phobias and to do it with passion. Now Mars is in there in the 12th house, lighting things up. He's lighting up the dark corners and he's saying, listen, Libra, there's no need to fear these dark places because you've got the warrior in here. I'm with you. I'm taking care of shit. If you're going to handle this thing that you're afraid to do, I've got your back. I'm in here with a torch and all my arsenal of weapons. Go to that dark place, get over your phobias, and you have got me to back you up. You have got me to give you strength. You are not wandering through that dark place of what you're afraid to do alone, because I will support you. Every time you make a decision that you're afraid to make, I promise you I will make that work out for you. I promise I will make that right for you. That is the promise of all the Sun, Mercury, Venus, your ruler, and Mars in that 12th house of saying, you're not doing this on your own, this scary thing. We are going to make sure that when you do it, that you're not left hanging, that you're not left high and dry like you felt you would be, that you're not left out there to be exposed and mocked or teased or lonesome. We're going to make sure that you're supported as you do this. Very, very, very much so. And then what? Then you get your power back. I see Leo, I see Aries and Taurus, Sun, Moon or Ascendants, maybe also even Aquarius, being real strong catalysts for change for you this month. It's either them making you get stronger through something negative or them pushing you to get stronger. So you've a lot of allies this month. As I said, Leo, possibly Aquarius, Aries and Taurus. Everybody wants you to succeed, Libra. Everybody has maybe been saying to you for the longest time, you need to face this. You need to get rid of that toxic relationship or situation. You need to make it healthier. You maybe need to cut cords with somebody. You need to fix this and not feel so ashamed or guilty or, oh God, do I have to be the one who does it? We've got you. We will all support you. So there's a huge level of being supported as you do this thing. And what do they want you to ultimately do? They want you to get your power back. They want you to dig deep and get your power back and be in control of some situation. In some cases, be in control of a marriage. For those of you who are married, get more involved, get more emotionally independent of your partner. Start doing your own thing where you have your own things to stand by, your own things to get on with, your own things to be working on and believe in. Detach yourself, maybe if it's a strong relationship, from the other person's belief. You don't necessarily always have to work on their belief system. Find your own beliefs. There's a feeling of just pull away a little bit and not be so absorbed in maybe your partner. For those of you in a relationship, don't be so absorbed in how they want you to direct your life, but instead come up with your own way to get ahead. Come up with your own beliefs. And that helps resolve some confusion, I feel. It's like trying to, for those of you in a relationship, trying to please your partner a lot and maybe going against your own beliefs in order to please them. This dynamic is also a little bit unhealthy, and that's something that you need to gain a little bit more control of and be firm with. Stand by it and say, look, maybe I was a bit chaotic, maybe things were becoming a bit messy, and I understand why you stepped in and tried maybe to point out X, Y, and Z to me, but it just added to the confusion. Give me a moment. Give me some space for a moment. Let me think and let me come up with a new way to handle things that's on my own. Let me figure it out. Let me come up with a good plan, because I want to get back in touch with what I believe I can do. Maybe getting back in touch with some original plan, original belief about something, maybe even to do with your career or to do with relationships. I've got to get back to the original plan and stick with that and not be sidetracked and pulled and dragged. But some of you are feeling great strength. Maybe one of the things that some of you might be doing is making a new commitment to somebody, getting strong with somebody, but not giving away any of your power. It's like this time it's going to be different. New love or an existing relationship, because there certainly is an opportunity here for new love and new passion coming your way this month. But it's this time I'm going to not lose myself so much in it. I'm going to stand by my principles. I'm going to stick with what I believe in and not get so overwhelmed by what my partner wants. There's got to be a better balance here, okay, but where I also am strong in this relationship. Very, very nice. Strong in your beliefs mid-month about something too. Very, very strong in your beliefs. Now we're coming towards the end of the month and the sun moves into Libra on the equinox day, the 23rd, and the sun is going in. And what the sun wants you to do is to get busy again. This is the card sometimes of letting go, not taking your work seriously. You have skills, you have talents, a lot of them by the bucket load, Libra. And maybe you were half-assing it a little bit, maybe because you were tired or feeling overburdened, overpressured. And the sun is coming in and saying, you know what, for your birthday, I'm going to show you something, and it's actually going to be a birthday gift. I'm going to show you how maybe you've been a little lazy with your beautiful skills and talents. There's no room for mediocrity here, Libra. You're bigger than this, you're better than this. You're going to have to start using my energy, the sun, to maybe stop allowing yourself fall into some level of mediocrity in relationships, with friendships, with family, with your life in general, your career, your skills and talents, very, very strong. Don't half-ass anything anymore. Give it all, give it 100%. Get your skills upgraded in some way. Get proud again of what it is that you're bringing. You do have skills and talents that you've probably neglected or not kept up to date in some way. And it's time. The sun is saying, I know this seems like a weird gift, but really this is a beautiful gift. Go back and put more energy into your skills and talents, and don't think you can coast through this. Don't think you can glide through it. Don't think that because all Venus and Mars and everything is in the first house that you can just bluff your way through something that you're passionate about. It's time to get back serious about your skills and talents and to really, in some way, show them off. Not in some way, but in a big way, show them off. Feeling strongly for those of you with the work that you're doing, half-assing it is going to be an embarrassment to you in some way. So this is where the sun is saying, we're going to clean this up, we're going to heal this, and I am going to allow you to shine. But you must get creative, you must get moving, you must get experimenting, trying new things out, you must get creative, you must get using that fabulous Libra brain, but also sensibility for beauty. Don't know where that came in, but that's part of it. Because the beauty is in what you can create. The beauty isn't in just you being able to kind of present something and then bluff your way through it, which you're very skilled at. That is a skill. We can't underestimate that. Yes, it is a skill. But it's the quality of your work that will bring you ultimate happiness in yourself. In yourself. Take pride in your work. Take pride in your skills. And this gives you back pride and emotional pride in yourself. And we're coming towards the end of the month. There's definitely a resistance or a reluctance to make a move that's very positive for your future, because I think there's some emotional hang up. It's almost like I can't hurt this person's feelings. I can't do it. I really want to move ahead, but there's something about not wanting to be that person that hurts their feelings. But do you know what? I'm going to tell you something here that I feel. I get the sense here that while you're trying very, very, very carefully to somewhat sabotage your future happiness because you don't want to hurt somebody else, I think the full moon this month might just be showing you that if the shoe was on the other foot, they'd have no problem whatsoever getting on with themselves, getting on with their own career, getting on with their own love life, getting on with something. I don't know if they would have that same level of care and consideration to you, which makes me wonder, is it real? Is it coming from a real place of care? Now, this is going to get a bit tricky, so bear with me, Libra. Is it coming from, I can't do this because it'll hurt their feelings? Is it coming from a place of care for them? Or is it coming from a place of fear from you? If you deal with a situation, then that means it's dealt with. then that means that there's no obstacle anymore to you going and handling your life in a way that brings you to a beautiful future. Sometimes we do use things as an excuse. I don't want to hurt that person's feelings. Not wanting to hurt that person's feelings could be an excuse for you not to move ahead in your own way. So we touched upon that also a little bit last month, Libra. This is something that you must face and must ask yourself, am I really considering the other person's feelings here? Is that really what's holding me back? Or am I just allowing that to be an excuse to not move ahead on my own? So that's something only you can answer. I think it's the latter, and I think that's something you have to face, that you can't use other people as excuses anymore not to get ahead in your own beautiful game, because everything is shining on you this month, Libra. So let it shine. And this card was like this. And get running into your beautiful future. Get running with your wonderful ideas. This is an air sign. Get running, and start over, start fresh. Let what needs to be ended end, and begin and run with a whole new way of doing something, so that you are running towards a happier future without using any excuse not to go there. No more excuses, because your happiness is just waiting for you to get over that, and then you'll be happy as the lovely Libra that you are. Libra, my love, I'm going to leave it at that. And again, happy birthday to the September Libras. I wish you a fabulous birthday season. And you know that these are just the general energies of the month ahead. To get into the real details of your birthday month and pre-birthday month, you know, to come to the Vimeo readings, the deep read, there's a link down there below in the description box. Click into it and it'll bring you to the Vimeo reading, where we'll focus all about relationships, the singles. See what's going on for you this month. Is there love and passion maybe going on for you this month? We're going to focus on money and career, family and friends, and anything else that we didn't talk about here in the general reading. We'll open all that right up in the Vimeo readings, the deep read. Come along and we will see what's on the birthday cards for you this month in a deeper way. So my beautiful, I'm going to leave it at that. And as always, I'm going to leave you with all my love and a big birthday and pre-birthday kiss to you, my gorgeous. Mwah. Until next month, my beautiful.